Hola mi gente, good morning. This is Julio with his Daily Chats. Today I am gotta talk about this issue that I saw in Politico magazine on Torres going back on his word in reference to the right to know legislation that the city's been trying to pass to try to hold police more accountable. And again, we have issues with a progressive person who probably means well, but tries to always go in the middle ground to try to have everybody happy. In cases like this, when it comes to criminal justice reform, you can't make everybody happy, especially people who have always shown that they have a problem with the infrastructure and the way how this functions that's always against the people. I, as a parent, went through some of those when my son was illegally arrested and accused of possession of narcotics with intent to sell when he had nothing, absolutely nothing in his pocket. And as a result, it took us 2.5 years to get to trial and clear that up. And the fact that I learned about that, and I started an organization called the Discovery for Justice. I was one of the co-founders of that organization, and it took us almost 11 years to pass legislation where now in New York State, district attorneys are forced to give evidence at time of arraignment, not at time of trial that takes 2 years. And even though they're trying to hold it back and trying to whittle away some of the criminal justice reforms that we passed, it's still going to be much better than waiting 2.5 years for evidence to come out. Now, that's the difference between politicians, wannabe politicians, and people who are just activists, who are revolutionary, who think of making changes now, not in the future. I didn't have to be elected to be effective. So when I see something like this, when I read something and I see the comments that people are putting out, this is why I'm supporting so-and-so because of this guy, this is why I'm supporting so-and-so. No, that's not the reason why you should be supporting anybody. You should look at the facts. And the facts are very clear. What have they done that has made a change in people's lives? I believe I have. Criminal justice reform will always now be a little bit more sympathetic to the rights of people when they get arrested because of a law that we passed in New York State. Discovery for Justice, check it out. We took us 10 years because things sometimes don't happen overnight. So I am disappointed at Torres for, whittling back on his original, support of this bill in the city council. What can I say? I disagree with that. And I also have issues with people who also want to jump on this and say, oh, well, you see, this is why I'm supporting so-and-so. That's not the reason you support so-and-so, and that's not the reason why Ritchie should be doing what he's doing. Look at the facts. And those who have actually been doing are very few, but I have. Why? Because I'm a revolutionary. I don't plan to be an activist, to be in Congress, to be in any position just to get a career. That's the difference, and that's why this revolution will be televised.